very small percentage of the world. Very small percentage of the world. Sean?
Morning exercise.
Good.
John, can I welcome you so much to Ireland, and delighted that you've come to share your experience and your wisdom with us. A question for you. You've been working, say, for 30 years perhaps, since you got introduced to the whole area of personal development and growth. Have you seen or witnessed a raising of overall consciousness on the planet, or the people that you've been dealing with, rather than the small groups like us here this morning who are in many ways converts to a desire to live a positive life and make a positive impact? And yet we exist in a very negative world. Have you noticed, are you optimistic for the future that the overall consciousness is increasing?
So when we talk about consciousness, I'm going to get a little philosophical, then I'm going to come right back around. Nobody knows what it is, right? So we talk about consciousness as if it's something that we can say, well, here's what consciousness is. And I like to think of everything as consciousness. Everything's alive. Everything is united and together. And I like to think of it as when we start to think of all of us being connected, every human being, every species, everything in this planet and universe being connected as one, then the only thing we're doing is raising our level of awareness of that. And yes, I am seeing that all over the world there are people that are feeling, yes, you are my brother. Yes, you're my sister. Yes, we have come from the same, whatever you, Big Bang, Big Schmang, before the universe, it doesn't matter. But if you do any research, you know that we evolved from the same thing. And the awareness of that fact, I'm seeing a lot of that at every corner of the world. With that said, you also said, we live in a negative, universe. I don't agree with you. And I don't agree with, I believe that everything in the universe is in perfect equilibrium. There isn't more positive than negative at any given time. There isn't one electron that's out of place in the universe. Not one. It's in perfect order and harmony. Now, are there times that there's more chaos than order? Yes. But if we look at the quantum world, if we look at organisms, living organisms, what do? Maximum entropy. Order, chaos. Chaos, order. Every living organism, which we are, goes through that as part of evolution. So there's going to be more times, like we see right now in certain parts of the world, that you've got maximum entropy, okay, and disorder. To us, it's an illusion that there's something wrong. To us physical beings, it's an illusion something's wrong. But if you go back in history, we've had, I can't remember, it's 5 or 7 major extinctions since the beginning of our species. And every time we've evolved and evolved and evolved, whether it's been hundreds of thousands of years or billions of years. And so we're going through a massive, chaotic reorganization right now that is uncomfortable for us. And what do we like as humans? I want my comfort zone. And so I look at it on the physical level, but I also look at it on a macro level as well, and try to see, I live for my own life. I do not believe there are any accidents, period. I believe there's many things not to my taste. They're just this, I don't like this. But I do not believe that in this world there are accidents. Randomness, yes. Accidents, no. And so with that as my personal philosophy, I'm not asking anybody else to have that, but as my personal